The Hague. Elegant, historic, and haunted. This isn't just a list of ghost stories, it's a map. A walking trail through the city's darkest shadows. If you're brave enough, you can follow this very path, especially on Halloween, or on one of the ancient festivals of the Wheel of the Year, when the veil between worlds wears thin. But beware, some doors don't close once opened. Do every dare and read the riddle out loud on the spot. Answer it or wait, and you for your loved ones soon be forgot. Ready? Let's begin the countdown. Number 10. A Rain of Stone van Hogendorp Street. In the summer of 1903, terrified residents reported stones raining down from invisible hands. The sky was clear, no person in sight. It happened again and again, each time growing in violence. The police were baffled. One house became the epicenter, where objects moved on their own and whispers filled the halls. You can stand at the corner where the stones once fell, if you're ready to feel the weight of something watching. Dare to start your walk here under the waning October moon, and listen for the first pebble. No sky above, no hand in sight, yet stones fall hard in darkest night. What force unseen flings grief to stone? Find the secret, all alone. Number 9. The Haunted Veerkade. Still waters, restless spirits. The stille Veerkade looks peaceful, but beneath its surface lies a flooded past. Smugglers once used tunnels beneath the canal houses, and some say they never left. Tenants have fled after seeing ghostly faces in their bedroom mirrors, and hearing water gurgle up from dry sinks. And on some nights, the street smells of old river mud, though no one has stirred the water. Walk the Veerkade during Samhain and knock 3 times on the third bridge, but don't look back. Water still, but voices come. Footsteps slip where lights don't shone. Which lost soul still bides his stay? One light devours the day. Number 8. The Ghost of the Nachtwacht, the Night Watch. The Great Church. The bell tower of the Grote Kerk holds more than ancient bells. A former night watchman, murdered for catching a thief, is said to patrol the aisles with his lantern still swinging. Even priests report candles extinguishing on their own, and cold hands brushing past the ropes. Visitors who stay too long after dark often report the same thing. Footsteps. 1 floor above where there is none. Go at dusk. Light a candle. Place it at the west door. And wait. A watch that failed, yet walks once more. His footsteps echo past that door. What binds a man who cannot die? To guard the stones beneath the sky. Number 7. The Phantom of Westeinde. Catherine's Curse. The Grand House from Assendelft hides a tragic tale. Lady Catherine, accused of poisoning her husband, was sealed in her chambers until her death. But her mirror shattered the night she died, and no mirror has survived in that room since. Residents speak of tapping at the glass and the woman's face appearing beside their own. They say her last words were, "The truth lives in reflection." Visit the site on idyllic, the night of cleansing. Bring no mirror or risk breaking more than just glass. A mirror cracks without a strike. A lady weeps still in the night. What debt unpaid, what sin remains that binds her tears in broken frames. Number 6. House of Whispers, Englenburg Street. A row of homes here has a reputation too chilling to explain away. Tenants report whispering behind walls, drawers opening on their own, and figures watching from upper windows. All three houses share one thing: an attic door that won't stay shut, no matter how it's locked. Old records speak of a child who disappeared in 1899. She was never found, but her name appears in chalk across the attic beams. Visit this street on Beltane. Whisper her name 3 times, but only if you're willing to hear her answer. No eyes to see, no tongue to scream, yet voices speak where none convene, whose silent laughter drifts between the walls that hide what can't be seen. Number 5. The Hairbingers. Schuit Street's Dead Visions. Along this quiet street, death walks ahead of time. People have seen pale figures standing in doorways, vanishing only after tragedy strikes. One woman saw a figure at her window. The next day, her husband fell down the stairs, backwards, as though pushed. Every few years, the visions return, and the locals grow quiet. Walk here on the spring equinox, but if you see a shadow facing you, run. Shadows march before the flame, each spirit bearing death's own name. Do they warn or drag you near, to perish by their whispered fear? Number 4. The Ghost of Oldenbarneveld, Knut Dijk's last breath. Beheaded for treason in 1619, Johan van Oldenbarneveld has never rested. His ghost appears near the spot of his execution, head tucked under his arm. But most disturbing is the sound, his voice still pleading for justice in broken Dutch. They say the stones grow colder near his ghost, as though chilled by his final breath. Go during the winter solstice, whisper his final words into the wind, and see what follows. A statesman lost his head in dawn, yet still he roams his final lawn. What guilty hearts must tremble yet? Will he rest only when depths met? Number 3. The Elidstone, Parliament's secret curse. Near the Binnenhof lies a dark patch of ground where few dare linger, marked by the Elidstone. It commemorates Aleid van Poelgeest, once accused of witchcraft and brutally executed. It is said that since then, ministers and officials who step on the stone have suffered mysterious illnesses, resignations, or death. Even attempts to remove the stone have resulted in calamity until it was quietly put back. But there is a darker shadow still. The very same ground, once known as the Groene Zootje, witnessed the grotesque murder of Prime Minister Jan de Witt and his brother Cornelius in 1672, betrayed, lynched by a frenzied mob, and horrifyingly cannibalized. Their blood once soaked the cobbles where now only pigeons gather in silence. Stand there if you must, but know you're treading on curses, blood and bone. Touch the Elidstone, on Lamaze, the festival of justice and sacrifice. But don't look too long at the shadows, they might look back. A stone that marks more blood than one, a sister slain, 2 brothers gone, whose secret sins still stain this ground, where justice sleeps, yet grief is bound. Number 2. A child was murdered here. Korte Vijfberg, a tiny picturesque lane haunted by a forgotten tragedy. A child's cry is sometimes heard near the edge of the pond, but no child is ever found. Historical records point to a noble family, a missing heir, and a locked room. Sometimes visitors spot small wet footprints leading to the water, then disappearing. Visit at dusk during Mabon, the autumn equinox. If you hear a giggle, don't reply. 4 stones in a row, arms stretched wide. Underfoot her tears still hide. Who holds the name she whispers so? Below the stones, where cold winds blow. Before we go to the number 1 spot, first 2 honorary mentions. Honorary mention number 2. The Old Top Dweller, forgotten for a reason. One old attic room remains permanently locked in a historic building. Tenants complain of dragging sounds as if furniture moves at night, but there is no one above them. An old photograph found in the wall shows a man smiling, eyes scratched out. He was never a resident, they say, at least not officially. On the night of Luk Nasat, go to the highest floor and knock once for every step you climbed. Then listen. A cradle sways with ghostly care, though no child ever nested there. What rocks the wood with mother's moan, where silence calls from lead and stone. Honorary mention number 1. Duke Philip and the Drunken Farmer. A pact not meant for mortals. One stormy night, a nobleman made a wager with a drunken peasant. They would both ask for a gift, one from heaven, one from hell. But only one would survive. Since then, sightings of a cloaked man and a stumbling figure occur near the back lanes of The Hague. Each year, on the anniversary, the church bells ring at the wrong hour. On Yule, walk between the church and the forest. Just don't answer if someone offers you a deal. A cup is raised, a name forgot, a bargain sealed with devil's wrath. Who drinks beneath the ancient dew may wake to find his soul untrue. Number 1. The strange trees of the Hague forest, silent watchers. Deep in the Haagse Bosforest stands a ring of twisted trees that no birds lands on. Locals avoid the center, where the ground never dies. Those who walk through the ring often feel lost, even though the forest is small. Some have even blacked out, walking up miles away. In old maps, this was called the Ring of the Hollow King. On Halloween, walk the circle counterclockwise. If a door appears, you must decide, knock or run. A ring of trees, roots old and deep. Door unlocked when all else sleep. Who walks through shadows, who returns, with empty eyes and silent yearns. These are more than stories, they're coordinates. If you dare, walk the Hague's haunted trail during the old festivals, Samhain, Beltane or Mabon. The feel will be thin, but you'll never be alone. Many fairy tales hides a darker truth. Society often punishes women not for what they do, but for who they are. In both Alvina, a murdered Low Country princess, the possible inspiration for Snow White, as in similar stories like hers, innocence becomes danger the moment it's seen, beauty marked as threat, silence mistaken for guilt. This leaves us asking, is there any justice for girls whose fates are decided by fear and prophecy. Watch the previous video to uncover how their stories unravel this very question, and why understanding them is the first step towards breaking the curse. Did these stories give you chills? Or spark your curiosity? There's so much more where that came from. Ancient legends, eerie beings, and the raw roots of the Low Countries. Hit like, drop a comment, I love to hear your thoughts. And subscribe if you want, and if you're into dark myths and hidden histories. Check out my current projects below, including a folklore-packed bestiarium, a Nordic-style Frisian saga, and even a poster full of mythical beings. To grab the opportunity.